Doing a little backwards today. I'm going to talk to you about the levels in the video game and how to get through them and kind of what's at each level, and then going up and down, round and round, in and out, all that good stuff. All right, I'm going to get out of the way. All right. Okay, now we are going to go in depth into this. Now, excuse my rudimentary artistic skills. It's something I am working on. But let's go ahead and get into it. So, this is the old system. This is the way that the universe, when it was shown to me, was created. It was created and then it got convoluted. All right. So everything starts with God, source, whatever label you want to give it, doesn't matter to me. From there, source is by itself. It's just energy. It has really no form. It's formless. It's kind of like a flame. It's like a plasma to me. Outside here, I show that it's more of a gray, because you get the light and the dark, and then in the center point is actually clear. That's all the way back to the center point of God, of source. But let's talk about the levels in the video game. So from God, from source, it created two perspectives of itself. The Father of God and the Mother, the divine feminine, the divine masculine. The light side of God, the dark side of God, not the positive and negative. We don't get into positive and negative and polarity until we get more down into here. This is the ethereal realm, the angelic realm. This is the thought realm. This is also considered the 5D realm. 5-dimensional. All right, then from there, the Father and the Mother created the two what are called firstborn angels. That would be Namina on the light side, Ra, the sun god, or Rashael, on the mother's side. Now from there, each angel had their own arcs. They had their lieutenants, and then they had the angels. You got about 144,000 of them total as far as angels are concerned. That is the ethereal realm, all right, or dimension. From there, you get into the astral realm, or the astral dimension, which is where the souls are, spirits, as well as guides and deities in spirit form. Now, the angels, which angels have been around since the beginning, before there was time. They're the ones that created all of these dimensions and realms. From there, the angels created what's called the soul. The soul resides in the astral realm, which is a spiritual realm. And on that soul resides all of the many material beings like humans or aliens. Okay? So each angel has about 3 to 5 souls. The souls are about the size of Earth, just to keep it simple. And then on each soul, if you look at each soul as Earth, as the trees represent the life forms, the humans as well as the aliens. Okay? So the reason, well, I'll keep going. So this is considered the 4th dimension, 4D. Okay? Then you get into the 3D realm, which is the material realm, which is where you have your humans, your life, your animals, plants. Everything you see here is in that where you're at currently, material realm. It is all just energy, but this is the material realm or the material dimension. This is also the 3D dimension. Now, I have seen some people go all the way down to 2D and 1D. That's more of these more negative entities that aren't attached to a soul or to an angel. Because as you can see, God is the source. It is the energy that feeds into the system. But if an energy decides that it wants to eject itself from the system and not be a part of it, then it's not connected to that source. It's like the light. I've explained this many, many times, where if you turn off the light, if you don't plug the light into the outlet for the electricity, if you don't plug into the outlet, you don't plug in and get the electricity doesn't come through, then you go completely offline. And that's what these energies that are floating around here do. Yes, they're very low vibrational. They could be 2D and 1D. I don't really subscribe to that, but you do you. I also want to mention, if anyone says they're 7D, 8D, 9D, the reason why, from my perspective, the reason why that they see the universe from that perspective is because they're probably an angel at this level. Because an angel at this level would see 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9D. That's how they get that. Okay? Because the thing is you have to understand that just like the makeup of your family, just like the makeup of a company, all right, or an organization, these entities that are up here, they were created first. Therefore, they have more wisdom, more knowledge, more energy, more power, more abilities. That doesn't mean that the entities down here are any less than. It just means that there is a difference in the power. It's like your infant child and you as the mother. Like, you have way more wisdom, way more knowledge, way more abilities, way more experiences than your infant child. You're not going to give your 5-year-old the keys to your car to go drive. Why? Because it doesn't have the experience to drive. That would be irresponsible. This is why getting back to God is a pathway back. This is the video game, the levels. It's not hey, I'm going to jump from a human and get all the way back to God. I have actually seen people do that and fry their brains. This is way too much energy for someone who, number one, hasn't done the work or is attempting to do it through a cheater way like drugs. Drugs is a cheater way. Drugs is like looking through a glass window into the house. You can see everything that's going on, but you can't do anything. You're not a part of it. And that actually goes into kind of the levels of the video game. So at the 3D level, you're more of a spectator. You're in survival mode. You're a bug in the web. If you're not stuck, but if you're in this particular level, and none of these levels is good or bad either. We're not going to label that, because I have gone to this level and come back down here, gone to this level, come back down here, got to this level. Like, I've been through all of this. So I understand. It's not I'm better than you type of thing. It's just, okay, this is where you're at. Great. How do we get you here? What is it going to take? How are we going to get there? What does it take for you to get to the next level? Okay. Now, in the material realm, you're like a bug in a web. You're unconscious. People that are in this are very dependent. They seek outside answers. They seek outside of themselves for things. They're attached to other people, places, and things. They're a hive mentality, and it can get stuck into victim energy, predator energy. This is more victim energy, more predator energy. Okay? This realm, this dimension has become so convoluted with this negative energy because it sank. It's like the soot sitting at the bottom of the river or the lake. It doesn't wash up until you actually step in there and you're like, wow, look at all of that. And then it settles back down. Because these energies, these negative energies, these godless energies that are choosing to be that way, they're choosing to detach. They're choosing to not be a part of Source. Is that okay? Yeah, absolutely. You want to be that way? No problem. The problem is when this energy decided to impede on this energy, because they cannot survive and are not willing to do the work to connect back here, to connect back up into the source, into their lineage, into their light, into their source of energy. They're not willing to do that. They're not willing to put in the work. Instead, they just want to leech off of you and bring you down and keep you down. Keep you stuck in this realm, in the web. You are in reaction mode, completely oblivious. You are literally a spectator at this point. This can get very dangerous, especially when you start to come out of this and you see what's going on. This is why I get so upset, because I see what's going on. I see what these energies are doing. I see how they're acting. I see how they're hurting other people. They're using the system, this system, which was perfect. They're using it against other energies, which is a violation of free will, which is a violation of the system, which is why this is an old system and it is changing. But then you get into the next level in the video game, the 4D level. This is when you become a little more independent. This is when you become more of in a creator mode. This is when you're moving along the web. This is where you get into spiritual warfare as well. This is where you're in your dream state. You're getting more into your subconscious mind. You're in the spiritual realm. Okay? You're seeking answers within yourself. You're consciously aware, and you're starting to trust your intuition. You're starting to peel back the veil. You're starting to peel back the slit, and you're looking down and you're going, what the what? Why? What are y'all doing? Don't you see that there's higher realms? No, okay. But this is where you get into trying to teach people and help people and show them, because you can peek into the truth of everything. These are people that see and they report back. These are a lot of tarot readers, psychics, witches, warlocks. This is where they reside. Spirits. Okay. That's the next level in the video game. The next level in the video game is called, I call it the doer level. This is the architect mode. This says, I'm the writer, I'm the director, I'm the programmer. I am interdependent, meaning I can be a self, an independent self, but I also can connect or share with others. It's more of a sharing of energy. It's not a connecting of energy. You also, when you get to this mode, you also see that the universe responds to you. So for me, for example, in this mode, when I create something, when I'm in this mind, this greater, bigger mind, I make a change. That change goes down my lineage. Then the next day I'll do a video, or that night I'll do a video on what I just changed. And then I will find the seers and I will look at the spectators and I will see that they just picked up on that download. That my work that I did just made it into a whole bunch of people. And they're doing and saying exactly what I just did 24 hours ago. That's architect mode. That's saying, you know what? I see the game. I understand the game. I am the game. I am the writer. I am the programmer. So if an entity tries to come and throw black magic or spell work or try to do destiny swap stuff or anything like that, I have gotten to such a high level that stuff doesn't affect me anymore. I don't even see it. Does it frustrate me and piss me off? Yeah, absolutely. Because it's unnecessary. But to these entities, it is necessary because they want to climb to the top without doing the work. They want to be you without doing the work. They want to cling onto you and siphon from you and ride your coattails without doing the work. This is why I said separating, detaching, disconnecting from everyone and everything is so important. Because if you don't, you're going to be stuck in the lower levels. Because the thing is once you start to get higher in these higher dimensions, if you will, this greater level of understanding, you start to be the one who goes between them very easily. You flow. You become whatever you need in every moment. You're creating in every moment. If an energy is coming at me in that moment, I can shift the energy so that either that energy walks away or I walk away. You're literally in a totally different mindset. You are in a mind over matter, shifting the energy mode in this realm. You're a doer. You're the one making the movie. This is the one watching the movie. This one is in the background as a spectator. And then the final realm, that very few, I don't know of really anybody that's gotten to this realm yet, which is the center point of God. That center point of God means that you, and I started here in my human shell, and I healed this human shell, and then I took my consciousness up, and then I healed at this level, and then I healed at this level, and then I went up and I understood this perspective. Enlightenment. And then I came back down and I did it again. And then I healed again, and then I healed again, and then I healed again, and then I understood that perspective. And then I did it again. This is the loop that I'm talking about. You are the center point here. Whoop, 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 whoop. Up, down, doesn't matter. In, out, it doesn't matter. I use up and down because you stand up and down, and your lower chakras go down, which goes to the mother. Your upper chakras go up, which goes to the father. Now, here's the thing. In order to get through either one of these perspectives to these perspectives, you have to go through an extremely tiny slit. This one's like being reborn. You're pushing your consciousness through that slit yet again, and understanding the nothingness, understanding peace, understanding calm, understanding mother, floating. This one, again, the eye of the needle, you're going through a very small slit. You can't carry any baggage when you're going through these two. It'll burn you. It'll fry you. You'll end up in a nut house. No joke. It's impossible. It is impossible to reach these levels if you are stuck down here and believing that you are connected to all of this, that this is all there is. I'm not saying that this doesn't exist. It does exist. It all exists. It just depends on which level you want to be in the video game. If you make it to this level, you're like, oh, that's cool. All right, now I'm going to go back. And I'm going to help others. I'm going to help them get there. Okay, cool. Now go back. Teach others. Teach others. The more people we can get to understand this and do this, this is a self process. Nobody can do this for you. Nobody. I can show you the pathway how to get there. I can show you the techniques. I can show you your lineage. But I cannot make you do it. I should not force you there either. And any spiritual teacher that doesn't explain this and what they're doing, and also is trying to do it for you, I would be very careful about their teachings. The reason being is because there are skilled energies that know this, and they use this against others to control them and keep them trapped. And then they siphon power, they siphon energy, and they keep you stuck in the web. This is not easy. It's not easy at all. It's hard. It's hard work. It's just like going to the gym. You don't get a great body by just wishing that you have a great body. You actually have to put in the work. This is the work. This is the old way. This is the old system. I'll show you the new system in a different video, but I want you to understand the levels of the video game. Some of you are going to get it. Awesome. Some of you, maybe it'll take you a little while. That's okay. Ask your questions, because the goal is, at least my goal, my goal is for everyone to be in architect mode, where you're creating your own universe, a multiverse, so that we are not locked into a loop system. The only loop system you should be locked into is right there with that one. But in order to get there, you have to be able and willing to understand this first and do it. Because once we shift into the multiverse, you have interdependent energies who are creating their own universe. It's very much like, what's the video game? Minecraft. There's survival mode, there's creator mode, then you get into architect mode, which is I create my own world and I'll let others come into it, but then when they're done playing in my world, then they have to go. That's the flower. That is the flower of consciousness, the flowering of the universe, the multiverse. It's never been done before. We've been locked into this system for so long. And it literally, because a trauma bond was created between these two, which created between these two, which created between these two, created between these two, because these are soulmates. Kindred, soulmate. But when a trauma bond is created at the highest levels and it goes all the way down, that trauma bond creates a trauma bond after a trauma bond after a trauma bond, and then we are in a big convoluted mess, and then you have the universe looking like that. Who is who? What is what? How do you undo that? Looks like a ball of yarn. First thing was to undo it, go back to the original belief systems, and then clean it up. Make it clear as possible. Get people to understand. Get them on board. Get those that are down here, get them to rise up. Those that are up here, that are working here, help these. Okay? All right, I'll do another video on the new way. Kind of explain a little bit more what happened and then where we're going. But please, if you have any questions, let me know. I am always open, and I'll probably do a live maybe tomorrow and answer some questions. I think it's time that I do start doing stuff like that. All right, I hope you have a great day. Bye.